It's time to get the scoop on Fighting Tiger football. This is Inside Ironton Football on News Talk 106.7 WIRO, The Eagle. Now, let's get to Buffalo Wild Wings with Jason Philyaw and the head coach of the Ironton Fighting Tigers, Trevon Pendleton, on Inside Ironton Football.
Well, good evening once again. We welcome you to Buffalo Wild Wings for another Tuesday night installment of Inside Ironton Football. Week 10 is upon us. It's rivalry week. Playoffs are looming ahead, and we are excited for the final game of the regular season and look ahead to the postseason. I'm Jason Philyaw, joined by running back coach at Ironton, Scott Schmidt, and we'll talk about last week's game, the win over Gallia Academy, an easy win for the Fighting Tigers there, 56-7. We will talk about this week's game against the Portsmouth Trojans. We will talk with players. Mason Wheeler, Aiden Hensley, and Braden Lynn are scheduled to join us here this evening. We've also got our Screen Doctor Senior Student Athlete of the Week. We'll take a look at what's going on around Ironton High School. We have our Play of the Week presented by Fine Tune Detailing. And we'll talk a little soccer. Big soccer match tomorrow up in Jackson. The Ironton soccer team winning their first ever playoff game this past Thursday. And they'll face Unioto in Jackson tomorrow night. We'll talk with Coach Rose Royal, and we'll talk with A.J. Forrest from the Ironton soccer team a little bit later on in the program. Let's talk Ironton football here. And, Coach, here we are, Week 10. It seems like it's been a really quick season, hasn't it?
It's been too quick. I can't believe it's Week 10 already. I wish it was Week 1 again. No, it's been fun. We had one hiccup during the season, and it was boy, was it a hiccup. But we got the Trojans from Portsmouth coming in, and that's always a scary game for us. It's a rivalry game. It's a second largest, or longest, not largest, but longest rivalry game in the state of Ohio. A lot of people don't know that, but we hope it continues. It's our understanding it's going to continue, but no, it's always an interesting game, and they come in, they're tough kids. I live in Portsmouth. I'm from Portsmouth, so I understand the Portsmouth kids, and they're tough. They're tough kids. They're hard-nosed kids, and they will come and they'll hit us, and they're tough kids, and they'll come to play. They always do.
Yeah.
So they'll come to play. They've been averaging, 45, 46 points a game. You know, the last 4 games, they've been putting some points on the board. So they'll come into the tank, and they'll be ready to play. They have the last few years that they've come to the tank. They seem like they play better at the tank. So they'll be ready to play us.
Yeah, without question. First game in that series, we'll get to that a little bit later. First game in the series, 1899. It was a 0-0 tie, but that was a thriller there. Coach, you're the running back coach at Ironton, so let's talk about that running back room. Of course, everybody knows Zane Williams. He had a huge game last week. First play of the game, he goes 80 yards for a touchdown. But you've got some depth back there that you guys have been working on, and Tyson Harvey and Easton Cottle, and throw in Caden Edwards. He's not technically a running back. He played running back one play last week. But he's like another running back for you guys in the backfield, right?
Oh, Caden is a running back. Our quarterbacks are running backs. So, no, we are deep. We are deep back there. We can rely on any of those kids at any time. Believe me, we got some kids that I can count on anytime, any place. Tyson, I can throw him back there anytime. And I can rely on him to do the job. And got a little freshman. He can bolt up in there.
He can scoot.
He knows how to run. And I call him our little SOC freshman from Memphis. He knows how to do it. He can get the job done. He can get the job done. So no, we're hate all the dickens that Kylan can't be in there. Again, we're going to miss him. Kylan Grace was another one that was up in that mix also. The state of Ohio is keeping him out again, but no, he was in that mix also, and I don't want to forget about him. But no, when I got Tyson and can't get back on. Zane can't say enough about the work that Zane has done, and the example setter that he's been for the rest of that room, and that just makes all of them better. But all those kids, the other 3 or 4, I think definitely would start for anyone in the county and the actually 3 or 4 county areas. So they're good. They're good running backs. They work hard. They work very, very hard in practice.
What's it like being around those guys? I mean, not just from a football standpoint, but, I mean, you got a lot of different personalities, so to speak, in that group, but all really good kids.
All good kids. I mean, that's what really makes it good. There's really not a bad kid in the mix, and that's what makes it fun for me to come to practice every day. There's just not a bad kid in the group, and every one of them, they come ready to work every practice. They do their homework. They watch film. They get the job done, and they come prepared. And they know what it's like to be an Ironton running back, and it's special. I mean, everyone can't. Coach Pendleton says it best. It's not for everybody, and especially our running back room, it's not for everybody either. But they come. They have to block. They know they have to block. They know they have to carry out fakes. They know that's part of it. Everyone thinks it's just running the ball. But no, you have to be able to block to be an Ironton running back. You have to be able to carry out fakes to be an Ironton running back. You have to be able to catch the ball to be an Ironton running back. So you just, let alone be a team player, you got to run up there and pick up, your offensive linemen, help them, encourage them. But Zane's been a great role player, been a great leader for the rest of those young men. The backups, and I don't even like to call them backups. We like to rotate them in there, but great kids, great. And you know what? We don't talk about it enough, but I always call them student athletes. We don't call them athlete students at Ironton. They're great student athletes, and all of them are good students and great young men.
The thing about the Ironton offense, we see a lot of the you almost call it a jet sweep, but it's a pop pass, right? So your receivers, although they are good receivers, they're almost running backs as well. When they come in motion, you give them that pop pass in the backfield. They've got to turn upfield too. Do you have to help coach them? I know we've got a receiver coach, but essentially they're kind of a running back as well, aren't they?
Well, they are, but they don't really work in our room. We're they're too soft to work out with our kids back there. Just ask Zane. Zane will tell you they don't have to go through that same workout. They're out there playing and pass and catch is what we call it during, when we go indie, is when we do individual workouts, and Zane will look over there, or Kylan or Tyson, they're out there playing pass and catch. They're not doing the blocking drills and stuff with us. But those guys, Bryson, those guys do a great job, with, when those guys are, with Baker and those guys, and Maddox come over and fist pump me. I mean, those guys, they do a great job, in the jet sweep and stuff. And they are running backs. They become running backs. So everyone, when they catch the ball, you become running backs.
Right.
Just like our guys, when they, they're receivers. Everyone has to do everything. So.
Well, let's take a look at last week's win over Gallia Academy. We'll talk about that game. And last week's game, of course, 56-7. Ironton wins. This recap is a service of Tackett's Body Shop in Ironton. Ironton jumped out to a quick 7-0 lead. First play from scrimmage, Zane Williams goes 80 yards for a touchdown, and that set the wheels into motion with the momentum, which carried through the entire first half. It was 56-7 at halftime. No one scored in the second half, but that 80-yard touchdown run really got Ironton rolling. 3 and outs on consecutive possessions from Gallia Academy, and Ironton just kept scoring touchdown after touchdown. They scored 2 more times in the first, 5 touchdowns in the second quarter, and you see the stats there if you're watching on Kool TV. Ironton had 197 yards rushing, 175 passing, really balanced, 372 yards total. Gallia Academy, 146 yards rushing, just 19 passing, 165 was their total offense as well. Zane, 5 carries, 125 yards, and a touchdown. Caden Edwards, just 2 carries, 25 yards, and a touchdown. Caden through the air was 7 for 10, 100 yards, and 3 touchdowns. You had receiving scores from Braden Baker, Maddox Markle, Bryson Mullins, and Tyson Harvey. And, of course, you had a kickoff return and a punt return for a touchdown, all that in one half. So, Coach, we talked throughout the season about special teams being such a factor and such a big part of the game. Last week it was huge. The week before it was huge. But, kickoff return, punt return for a touchdown. Maddox Markle on the punt return. Easton Cottle with that kickoff return. Those guys, and I know you guys don't coach fair catches, right? You want to get them getting the ball and make something happen.
Well, we do. We don't encourage it. Let me put it that way. But we do practice it. But at the same time, we got to kind of watch ourselves, and we're trying to get ourselves in game shape. And it's been tough for us, these last 3 games. We're not. When you look at the stats, we're not running that many offensive plays.
Yeah.
And trying to get ourselves in offensive shape or defensive shape. We're 3 and out. Coach Gerald Pendleton, his defense is. They're awesome. They're just they're all over the field. They're gang tackling everyone. They're just awesome this year, and they reflect Jared's personality. They're just on everybody all the time. But it's been these last 3 games. It's just a reflection of our offense and the intensity of we're trying to get to a point that how do you stop that? But at the same time, we're trying to emulate in practice. We're just trying to get in game shape to get prepared for the playoffs. Going into the playoffs is I don't want to call it a problem, but we have to be aware. And Coach Pendleton, Trevon Pendleton is very aware of getting our young men in game shape to go into the playoffs, so that our legs are in game shape. So when we have to get some reps in the playoffs, that we're going to be ready. So these stats will show you that we haven't run that many offensive plays in a game these last 3 games.
Yeah. And I think it was 16 plays in the first half and 56 points. And a couple of weeks ago, it may have been 10 plays, 40 points at some point. But there is a fine line there, right? Not only you're not getting a lot of offensive plays, but by halftime, it's a running clock and it's 50-some to 7. And your fine line here is you don't want to leave them in too long to make it look like you're running the score up. But at the same time, the guys have to get reps. That's kind of a tough thing for a coach to kind of juggle, isn't it?
Correct. And Coach Pendleton gets such a bad rap sometime with running the score up. You guys run the score up. Ironton's run the score up again. There's nothing more than the truth. You know what? If Coach Pendleton really wanted to score 100 points on some of these teams, you know what? When we went to Pennsylvania a few weeks ago, we could have easily scored 100 points that game. Easily. And he could have. We could have scored 70 points, 80 points in the first half that game.
Easily.
And he chose not to, and by choice. And but you know what? He gets a rap that he is running the score up. Well, you know what? It's not his fault. It's not our fault that the other team fumbles. It's not our fault that a team will let a ball ricochet off their shoulders on a punt and rolls into the end zone, and we recover it for a touchdown. It's not our fault that their teams aren't well prepared and will let a ball slip through their hands and us pick the ball up. And it's not our fault that I don't know. It's not. You know what? Well, I'll be quiet. But it's we. Coach Pendleton doesn't. He does not. I've been in this game too long. I'm 72 years old. I know. I've seen coaches run the score up. I've seen coaches kick onside kicks when it's 50-0.
Yeah.
You know what? That's running the score up. I've seen coaches go for 2 when it's 50-60 and then turn around and kick onside kick. You know what? That's running the score up. Coach Pendleton doesn't do that. He does not do that. So anyway, for the record, I've never, ever, 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 never seen Coach Pendleton run the score up.
Yeah.
So let's put that to rest, people. He does not do that. He has too much class. He's too much of a professional to do that. He doesn't have to. And you know what? And we are not going to ask our freshmen and sophomores, when they run the ball, in a 2-hole or 4-hole, to go in there and lay down and fall down and not score. So we're not going to do that either.
And that's if you're looking at a silver lining in this, when they're not playing a lot, maybe play a half, a lot of these younger guys are getting some very valuable game experience and field time. So when they grow, they become better and give you guys a little bit more depth as we go in late in the season, the postseason.
Correct. So, that is correct.
Yeah. My philosophy is, get as much as you can in the first half. Play just if you keep scoring, fine. But second half, that's when you can kind of back off a little bit to get these guys in there. That's just me. I'm not coach, right? But and I know you're right. Coach doesn't do that. He doesn't run the score up. But
that's the rule of the land. Everything counts in the first half. So it's get what you can in the first half.
Yeah.
So
56-7, Ironton wins it over Gallia Academy last week. Now Ironton is 8-1 with one game to go, and that is a game against Portsmouth this Friday night. It's senior night at Tanks Memorial Stadium. So that scoring recap, of Gallia Academy, brought to you by Tackett's Body Shop in Ironton. All right, we're going to step aside for a moment here on Inside Ironton Football. We'll come back and we'll have more. Hopefully we've got the players standing by. If not, Coach, we'll welcome you back again, and we'll talk a little bit. We're going to get some of the players in here, and we'll talk hopefully to three of them. And then, of course, we've got our Play of the Week. That's coming up after the break as well. More to come. We're here until 8 o'clock tonight at Buffalo Wild Wings in Ironton. Come on out and join us. Have some delicious food here at Buffalo Wild Wings and enjoy talking some Ironton football. We'll be back after this timeout on News Talk 106.7 WIRO, The Eagle, and Kool TV.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan.
The health plan is still growing, giving you a large network of doctors, friendly and helpful customer service representatives, and competitive, flexible pricing plans that meet your needs. Log on to healthplan.org for more information.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
Your college experience should be built just for you, supporting everything you value most. That's why Ohio University delivers the high-quality education we're known for right here on our southern campus. Whether you're a full-time student or working full-time, Ohio's affordable, flexible degrees are always in demand in our community and can take you anywhere. Earn a degree in your own backyard on your own terms and move your career and your community forever forward. Learn more at ohio.edu/southern.
The moments, the images, the memories. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. With Randall Crank Photography, you'll have a lifetime of conversation. Randall Crank Photography captures those images on the field, on the court, and in any setting. Whether it's senior portraits, sports or action shots, highlight and hype videos, or team shots. Randall Crank Photography gives you the shots you'll love and cherish. Call and schedule your session today, 740-237-7796, or connect on social media at Randall Crank Photography.
When you're looking for the deal that's right for you, and you want the best quality and service too, I'm gonna tell you about the place that you should try, and this will be the only place where you buy.
For all your insurance needs, call Sheer Mountain Insurance. As an authorized agent for Ohio Mutual Insurance Group, we have the protection that's right for you and your budget. Whether it's your auto, home, farm, business, or more, Sheer Mountain Insurance can create the right Ohio Mutual policy for you. Call us at 740-532-8755.
Big news. Football is back, and so is Pick 6 from $19.99 at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is the ultimate meal for two, with 2 entrees, 2 sides, and 2 drinks. Pick between boneless wings and any of the 26 sauces and seasonings, spicy sauced or grilled crispy chicken dippers, and hand-smashed double-stacked all-American cheeseburgers with sides and fries, tots, and potato wedges. Pick 6 meal for 2 at participating locations for a limited time. Pricing may vary by region. See service for details. Tax fees extra. Not valid with other discounts or offers.
When a customer calls, emails, or messages, every second matters. If you're not first to respond, someone else will be. Action AI and Automation helps local businesses follow up faster, answer every call, and books more appointments automatically. We're a local business platform built for local businesses. Never miss an opportunity. Get your free Speed Delete playbook now at actionaisystems.com/football. That's actionaisystems.com/football.
This football season, there's no better place to fuel up before the game or celebrate a Fighting Tiger win than Patties and Pints in downtown Ironton. From gourmet burgers to crisp wings and ice-cold drafts, Patties and Pints brings big flavor and hometown pride together under one roof. Bring your team, bring your appetite, and bring your Tiger spirit. Check out the menu and game day specials at pattiesandpints.com. Patties and Pints, where Ironton eat, drink, and cheers.
Since 1891, the Ironton Elks Lodge number 177 has proudly served our community, supporting youth, student athletes, and education. From the most valuable student scholarship and annual essay contest to youth sports sponsorships, the Elks are dedicated to making a difference. The Ironton Elks Lodge 177 salutes the Ironton Fighting Tigers as they defend their state football championships. Go Big I!
This is Inside Ironton Football on News Talk 106.7 WIRO, The Eagle. There are big plays every week, but this one stands out as our play of the week, presented by Fine Tune Detailing on News Talk 106.7 WIRO.
Caden Edwards in the shotgun. He's got Zane Williams on his right hip. Tyson Cox, the H-back, to the right side. In motion is Bryson Mullins. Here's a handoff to Zane Williams, left side. Zane slips a tackle. He's out across the 30, 35, 40. Zane is off to the races. He's across midfield to the 40. He's to the 30, down to the 25, 20, to the 15, to the 10, 5, and see you later. 80-yard touchdown run for Zane Williams. The train has arrived at the station in the end zone. Tickets, please. That was our play of the week. First play of the game. Zane Williams, 80 yards for the touchdown, and the Fighting Tigers start rolling at that point in the win over Gallia Academy, 56-7. Play of the week, powered by Fine Tune Detailing, 619 North 6th Street in Ironton. Call Matt Carter, get your car detailed and looking nice and clean. Does a tremendous job on detailing. 740-237-2956. Inside Ironton Football rolls on. I'm Jason Philyaw. Coach Scott Smith joining us here. Players a little bit delayed this evening, so hopefully we'll have them on in just a little bit. Coach, we'll talk about Portsmouth in a minute. I want to get your thoughts here on this whole NIL thing that's going on in Ohio. Of course, there was a lawsuit filed, and I know the OHSAA has said they're going to send out an emergency ballot to all the schools in the state to see if this thing passes. Is this just opening up a big Pandora's box and just a big mess for everybody?
I know. I personally, I mean, I hate it. I mean, I would say I don't like it. It's beyond that, especially the border schools. But, you know, West Virginia has come out with it, and so it's going to affect us anyway, you know, crossing the river. But it's, you know, being in business myself, you know, I think it's going to hurt people investing in local high schools to begin with. Yeah. And now, what does that do? I mean, what is that going to do with even the mid-sized schools and the larger schools? And you know, you get into all this stuff with some of the issues with, what's that bad word that's going around Ironton now, recruiting, that we're being allegedly accused of by one certain person in this town. No, I think it's terrible for high school football, but I forget how many states it's in the United States now. It's in quite a few.
I think it's all but 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
And Ohio's one of those.
Yeah, so now it's starting now. And, you know, the young man over in the Dayton area, he won the lawsuit, so it's starting.
Yeah.
So it's now he's getting his money, and I really don't know the fine points of it and how it's going to work. I guess we're going to find out real soon. So I know myself as a businessman, owning Buffalo Wild Wings and owning Wendy's, we, my son, Juice, we made a conscious effort last year in Kentucky and the states we're in North Carolina. So we don't. We are not involved in NIL, not even in the college level.
Yeah.
So we are going to continue to sponsor schools but not individuals. So that is a policy that we've adopted as a business, and we will continue that. So it all depends on, every business is going to be dealing with that anyway. So I can only speak for myself. That doesn't mean what ABC Tires next door is going to be doing,
right,
or Kroger's is going to be doing, or, who knows? But it'll turn into a bidding war, and someone's going to get X amount of dollars to go play for, John Doe High School, and it's going to happen. So, but I know myself and our company, we are not going to be giving money to individuals ourselves. I know that for a fact. So, but what other companies are going to do, I don't know.
Yeah. It just seems to me that it would affect smaller schools more than it would schools in the big city. Cincinnati, Columbus, Dayton, Cleveland. I just think smaller schools in rural areas might be affected by it a little bit more. And even if some school in West Virginia, say, wants to get a kid from Ohio, there's still the whole transfer thing that they have to go through, right? Or vice versa.
Correct. Well, I think they're going to do the one transfer rule, but I don't know that they're even going to have rules and regulations to control that also. But it's, to your point, and I think it's the point you're making too, it's going to affect even the more rural schools even more, and the lower income.
Yeah.
Lower income situations. You take, say, Ashland Fairview, for instance, that's in a more of a lower income environment, or downriver a little bit where Lewis County is, in Lewis County, Kentucky, which is a very let's call it what it is, a more poorer lower income school district. They're really going to be affected in our area alone here. You can only spread the wealth so much, and only the strong survive, only the rich are going to survive. The more wealthier school districts that seem like get more of the money anyway to develop, their schools anyway. So they're the ones that, and I don't know how they're going to even all that out at the end. It's going to be interesting. Look at what colleges.
Yeah.
Look what's happening to that right now. You can start to see how that portal transfers, and what are we going to start doing in high school? Is high school going to start having portal transfers?
You may, right?
I don't know. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that.
I think a couple of things on that, and there are some schools or some states that don't. Alabama, Indiana, Michigan, Mississippi, and Wyoming are the other states besides Ohio that don't have the NIL. And I think the intent of the NIL, I think, was good at the college level. If somebody sells their jersey, sure, go ahead, give them a little bit of that. Or if they want to be at an autograph session, go ahead and get paid to sign autographs. But it's turned into just a bidding war in free agency, and there's so much money in collectives now that they're not being paid by the school, they're not being paid by a business. It's just a collective, a bunch of donations, and the money comes out and they divide it somehow that way. And then the other thing, where do we draw the line? Like in Kentucky, you can play varsity when you're in 6th grade. So, or if you have a really good, I remember O.J. Mayo playing basketball in high school in 7th grade.
Oh, I know.
Where do you give him as a 7th grader? This whole thing is just a mess to me.
I know.
I just want to get your thoughts on that. So let's talk a little bit about the Portsmouth Trojans, who are coming to town this week. Again, the second oldest rivalry in the state of Ohio. Ironton leads the overall series 67-57. There have been 9 ties. First game was back in 1899 in Ironton. The teams battled to a 0-0 tie. It goes beyond high school. You're talking about the Tanks and the Portsmouth Spartans, and Ironton has been very successful against the Trojans as of late. And just want to mention, too, that our preview of the Portsmouth Trojans is a service of Tackett's Body Shop in Ironton. But the Trojans are 6-3. They've won 4 straight, so they're playing some good football right now. They beat South Point last week 41-13. Fernando Pochis went over 1,000 yards rushing in that game, and we all know Portsmouth likes to run the football. And you go back to the great running backs they had, Chase Highland, the most recent, You go JoJo Parker, Akia Brown, right down the list. They've always had tremendous running backs, and I'm sure that's what Coach Bruce Cobb wants to do this week as well.
Oh, he likes to run the ball. Chase was a really nice running back.
Yeah.
Actually, last 2 years he did a nice job. And Coach Cobb likes to do ball control. When was the first game played?
1899.
1899. You know, if Coach Pendleton was here, he would look at me and go, "How many tackles did you have that game, Coach Schmidt?" So he would have his little.
He'd take a shot at you, right?
He would take a shot, then he would take another shot, and about 30. He's good for about 3 shots in a row over a 5-minute period. But he would have asked me how many tackles did I have that game, or how many catches, or I can't believe you guys didn't at least score that game, Coach Schmidt. But no, he would have hit me. But no, Coach Cobb likes to run the ball. And they're on a 4-game win streak right now. So, and like I said earlier in the show, there's something about them. They don't let the tank intimidate them like most teams do. And they seem like they've played well at the tank. So they'll come up here, they'll come up river ready to play. And like I said, I'm a Portsmouth kid myself, and I'm from the East End of Portsmouth and down the tougher end of town, and those kids, one thing I always say about Portsmouth kids, they'll hit you, and they like to hit, and they'll come ready to hit you, and Bruce he'll have his kids ready, and Bruce was a tough player himself, and that's where they get it from, and Bruce has been running the ball a lot lately, so. And like he did last year. But no, they've had a great history of running backs. Go back to Danny Reed and Boomer Reed and, like I said, JoJo Parker and I don't know, it's been 2 or 3 Parkers actually.
Yeah.
So Michael Parker.
I think there's one on the team this year too.
Yeah, is there? Okay, yep. So
and there's a lot on the line for them too. They're 10th in the region right now,
yes.
And an upset would have them jump the ranks and maybe get a home game in that first round. So they've got a lot on the line.
Sure, they sure do. So
that's Friday night, 7 o'clock, senior night at Tanks Memorial Stadium. Don't forget, you can listen to the game on 106.7 WIRO, the Eagle. You can also watch. We'll have it streaming live on Kool TV. All right, we're going to step aside we need to get our Screen Doctor Senior Student Athlete of the Week before we take a break, so we will get that and the proper intro now.
Time now for Screen Doctor Senior Student Athlete of the Week, presented by Screen Doctors in South Point.
And that Senior Student Athlete of the Week is Mason Wheeler, football player. He's also wrestling, track, and powerlifting, 2-time powerlifting state champion, regional qualifier in discus, member of the 2024 state championship football team. In the classroom, 4.1 grade point average, National Honor Society, math honorary, Spanish honorary. He likes golfing, video games, and, of course, lifting. And he wants to attend college and earn a doctorate in pharmacy. Mason Wheeler, our Screen Doctor Senior Student Athlete of the Week, powered by Screen Doctors on County Road 1 in South Point. Danny Lane is the Screen Doctor. He does tremendous work on screens for your house, for your screened-in porches, for your doors. Check him out, County Road 1 in South Point, behind Perry Township Fire Department. Always taking care of your screens and always supporting student-athletes at Ironton High School. All right, we'll step aside for a moment. When we come back, we'll talk about the other football. It's football. Ironton soccer. Big matchup tomorrow in Jackson. Coach Rose Royal and A.J. Forrest from the team will join us, and we'll talk about soccer, and we'll talk with them after this timeout. This is Inside Ironton Football on News Talk 106.7 WIRO, the Eagle, and Kool TV.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan.
The health plan is still growing, giving you a large network of doctors, friendly and helpful customer service representatives, and competitive, flexible pricing plans that meet your needs. Log on to healthplan.org for more information.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
Your college experience should be built just for you, supporting everything you value most. That's why Ohio University delivers the high-quality education we're known for right here on our southern campus. Whether you're a full-time student or working full-time, Ohio's affordable, flexible degrees are always in demand in our community and can take you anywhere. Earn a degree in your own backyard on your own terms and move your career and your community forever forward. Learn more at ohio.edu/southern.
The moments, the images, the memories. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. With Randall Crank Photography, you'll have a lifetime of conversation. Randall Crank Photography captures those images on the field, on the court, and in any setting. Whether it's senior portraits, sports or action shots, highlight and hype videos, or team shots. Randall Crank Photography gives you the shots you'll love and cherish. Call and schedule your session today, 740-237-7796, or connect on social media at Randall Crank Photography.
When you're looking for the deal that's right for you, and you want the best quality and service too, I'm gonna tell you about the place that you should try, and this will be the only place where you buy.
For all your insurance needs, call Sheer Mountain Insurance. As an authorized agent for the Cincinnati Insurance Companies, we have the protection that's right for you and your budget. Whether it's your home, auto, life, business, or more, Sheer Mountain Insurance can create the right Cincinnati Insurance Company's policy for you. Call 740-532-8755.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. And when you're choosing from chocolate or vanilla, it's not that hard. But now, there's all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. So try picking your fave from Oreo Brownie Fusion, Pop-Tarts Strawberry Fusion, Strawberry Swirl, Brownie Batter Swirl, Caramel Swirl, and Caramel Crunch Fusion. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary by location. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group. Pop-Tarts is a trademark of Kellogg North America Co., LLC. Used with permission.
When a customer calls, emails, or messages, every second matters. If you're not first to respond, someone else will be. Action AI and Automation helps local businesses follow up faster, answer every call, and books more appointments automatically. We're a local business platform built for local businesses. Never miss an opportunity. Get your free Speed to Lead playbook now at actionaisystems.com/football. That's actionaisystems.com/football.
It takes a great team to achieve mission success, and the Ironton Fighting Tigers know that teamwork makes all the difference. The mission at the Armory Smokehouse is to deliver the highest quality food and excellent customer service to every guest. That's done through teamwork, communications, and respect. There's been many courageous men and women who have walked these very floors and have used the same philosophy while defending our freedom and country. The Armory Smokehouse, 920 Vernon Street, Ironton.
Since 1891, the Ironton Elks Lodge number 177 has proudly served our community, supporting youth, student-athletes, and education. From the most valuable student scholarship and annual essay contest to youth sports sponsorships, the Elks are dedicated to making a difference. The Ironton Elks Lodge 177 salutes the Ironton Fighting Tigers as they defend their state football championships. Go Big I!
This is Inside Ironton Football on News Talk 106.7 WIRO, The Eagle.
All right, welcome back to Inside Ironton Football, News Talk 106.7 WIRO, and on Kool TV. Time to switch from football to football, and we're going to talk a little Ironton soccer here with Coach Roseroyal and with AJ Forrest. Welcome to the show. How are you? You guys are probably feeling pretty good right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
We're feeling great, yeah.
All right, so let's go back and talk about this playoff game at the Tank this past week. Unbelievable environment. It was electric. The $1 million marching band was there. The student section, they even got called out by the official. They were going nuts. And a ton of people there making a lot of noise. It was night. The lights were going. The music was going. Can you describe, what was that like? Because you guys are usually playing at the middle school, and you got to get it done before the sun goes down. And this environment was just electric. What did you think about that, Coach?
Well, leading up to the game, I was a little bit nervous, more so for the fact that I was worried that the boys would crack under the pressure of all of our supporters.
Yeah.
But they did not do that. They showed up and they played really well. And during the game, it was just kind of nostalgic. The fans kind of faded into the background, and the game was just all I saw. And at the end of the game, I felt like a mother hen on the sideline watching those boys celebrate. I was just really proud of them.
It was exciting. AJ, what was that like? Did you have a little bit more nerves and jitters going into that?
A little bit, just a little bit. It was unbelievable, honestly, because ever since I joined, ever since I started playing soccer, I would tell my friends at school, it's actually a cool sport. It's fun to watch, because I didn't even know what was happening. I had fun just watching, at practice. And before we had the game, I was telling everybody I knew. I mean, even if I didn't actually know him, I just told him like, hey, go to the tank Thursday and watch us play soccer. And once I got there and we started warming up and I saw everybody, it was crazy. I didn't really believe we actually had that many people there to watch us play.
And they were loud. They were into it the whole game, too.
Yeah.
Where did your love for soccer start? Because I remember you growing up and you playing t-ball, baseball, that kind of stuff. But where did you start playing soccer?
I had a friend. His name's Tobias Davis, and he played. He was their keeper when they were like a club team.
Yeah.
And I was good friends with him. We played basketball at the Y a lot, and this is crazy. But we found a stray cat and took it to her house, and it's crazy. But they were talking about their soccer formation that they lost someone due to transfer. And they said they needed someone fast. And they both looked at me and said, come in the morning at 7 a.m. and practice with us. And I practiced in size 14 cleats that were broken in half, and I just had so much fun. It was amazing.
A stray cat led you to soccer.
Yeah.
Did you play like when you were little?
I didn't think I did. We thought it was my sister that played, but we found a really small like youth league shirt and a trophy in my closet that was buried, and I guess I did play. We don't have any pictures of it, so
you don't remember that. You don't remember that at all.
I remember it
But
at all.
the thing that brought you to Ironton Soccer was a stray cat.
Yeah.
That's an unbelievable story. That's awesome. Coach, what did you do with the cat?
Oh, I did not keep the cat. Absolutely not. No.
All right. Well, you guys have been playing some really good soccer as of late. I think 6-1-1 in your last 8 games, and in those 6 wins, shutouts every game. What's been the difference from the first part of the season to the back half of the season where you guys have played so well?
So I was just having this conversation with AJ. I've always believed in these boys, even when we were not winning last season. They just needed to believe in themselves. And the game against Boyd, which was a very, very tough game for us, they showed up and they played their hearts out. And we lost, the last 2 minutes of the game?
Yeah, 1-0, right?
1-0, and it was in that moment that they realized that, hey, we can really win as long as we play together and believe in ourselves. And that's all it took. I mean, they just had to believe in their abilities as a team. So that's been the difference.
That and the game against Gallia, first time you guys played them, it was 10-0.
Yeah.
And then they come down here and play, and, I mean, it's close, right? I mean, you lost 2-0, but you could see the difference in that first game to the next game against Gallia. How big of a difference did you notice from your players in that game?
A massive difference. Like I said, they didn't go into that game automatically thinking that they were going to lose. They didn't go into that game thinking, hey, why should we try? Instead, they went in there like, yeah, we can do this. We can beat this team. Let's just go out here and give it our all. They game planned, which is something that they had not done in the past. They weren't willing to really game plan. They kind of felt like, what's the point? But they game planned and they got together and did that on their own without me forcing their hand. So I genuinely believe the difference is just them believing in themselves.
That's awesome. AJ, where have you seen the most growth in your game from the first time you started playing to now?
I say just like learning the field a lot, because when I started, I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know who was where. I didn't know where I was. But like learning positions a lot, that helped a ton. Like knowing the position that I played, because even just learning one position, once you learn how to play on that one, you'll know like where others are around you, and it helps drastically. It leads you in the right direction.
Where did you start out playing when you first started?
I started, what was it, midfield?
Mid-wing.
Yeah, just on the wing in the mid. I was told to run up and down and shoot the ball, and that's what I did.
Kind of what you do now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that not much has changed in that regard, but I mean, just the way you guys play and the way you play. I mean, the speed that you have. I mean, that's a weapon, right?
Yeah.
There were a couple of shots you had in the last game that so close.
I got to work on that.
It's good, right? I mean, you guys are in that mode of, look, take more shots. The more shots you get, one of them's going to go through, right?
Absolutely. We just had that conversation today.
Yeah.
Just keep peppering. And defensively, you guys have played extremely well as of late, too. I mean, Gavin Payton back there and Liam and Turkey, you like to call him.
Yeah, we call him.
So you guys have been playing some really good defense, too, and that helped. Plus, goalkeeping. I mean, what's it like playing in front of a guy like Gabe Fitzpatrick, who's top 10 in the state in saves?
Listen, our defense is our strongest aspect of our play. And I know that everybody wants to talk about the flashy stats of offense, but defense wins games.
Yeah. Yeah. How much, like, let's say in AJ, how great is it to play in front of a guy like a senior Gabe Fitzpatrick, who stops almost everything back there?
I mean, it's like watching a movie. I mean, his save when we played on Thursday against Westfall, the one where it was a deflection, was it off Luke or it was Luke? Braylon, yeah, and he had to dive. It was like once it deflected and it went off, the whole stadium was silent, and you could hear the ball hit his gloves, and then just everyone erupted.
Yeah,
you just heard everyone screaming, and it's just watching him play. It's like I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah.
It's different.
He's insane. He's insanely good at soccer, and I mean he's kind of insane too. He's nuts. So tomorrow night is a big game for you guys. Got your first ever playoff win last week, and now you've got a big challenge this week. Have you done a lot of scouting? Have you seen a lot of film? I mean, what are you doing watching and getting ready for this Unioto team?
I have personally watched film on them for 4 days. And we sat down as a team today and we watched some film and we discussed our strategies for that. What I noticed as a coach with Unioto is that they're very strong offensively, but weak defensively, whereas we are very strong defensively. And so I think that it's going to be a pretty equally matched game. But I know we're going to win it. I'm not worried about the game at all.
Super confident.
I'm super
They're
confident.
the 3rd seed, right? Are they the 3 seed?
I believe so,
Okay,
yes.
so you guys are 6, right?
Yeah.
So what do you notice, AJ? What do you notice?
They remind me I was watching film on the way to Haunted House on them because I had no idea who they had or what they had. But they remind me a lot of Fairland last year, and they have so many people up offensively. Like most teams you'll see, they just have like maybe 2-3 people up, but like they have probably 5 or 6 people in the box shooting the ball, and they don't let off in the first half. So if we jump the gun in the first half and just bring it that first half and just stop them and shut them down, we got it.
You were on your way to a haunted house.
Yeah.
Watching film.
Yeah.
What haunted house?
Fallsburg.
Like the Fearplex and stuff?
Yeah.
Do you like going to those things?
I got asked to go, so I went, but it was pretty boring. So me and Gabe were sitting in the back seat. We pulled up film and started watching it.
There you go. Coach, you do the haunted house stuff?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't either. No, I'm not a big fan of that. So Jackson tomorrow at what time?
7:30.
7:30. Playing under the lights up there as well. Hopefully we get a lot of folks that go up and cheer you guys on and watch this thing and, bring the noise like you did Thursday night against Westfall. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. I think that we're going to have some good fans there. I think that Thursday night we turned some people into some soccer fans.
I think so, yeah.
So I'm pretty proud of us.
Yeah.
I just wonder how many people went not knowing anything about soccer, you know what I mean? And falling in love with the sport and saying, well, this is exciting. I'm going to come and watch this again. Because third year, I mean, you're still trying to build that fan base and build the program. You think there were a lot of people who were there for the nostalgia and to be part of history, and then they're like, these guys are good.
I absolutely believe that happened. And I think that there was a lot of doubters that were there just to see if we were even capable of playing in that kind of environment. And I think that we proved a lot of people wrong, absolutely. Yeah. And, I'm very, very, very proud of what we have accomplished in this short period of time. It's really not heard of to see a team go from not being able to win anything to winning a lot.
So as a club sport, you guys didn't win, right?
Nothing.
The next year, last year, was it
Won two games.
2 games.
2 games.
No conference games.
And this year, 8-7 regular season, 2 ties, and 9-7-2 right now. That's impressive. That's
Absolutely.
impressive. And a lot of young guys on the team too, right? I mean, you're not senior heavy.
Nope.
So building for the future, and you're one of the guys coming back next year. Now, see if you can find another friend and another stray cat, and take it to Coach. And we want to get more people out, right?
Let's hope. Let's hope.
Let's go. Well, we wish you guys the best of luck tomorrow and bring it home. I know you guys can do it and move on.
Absolutely.
So do it. Go Tigers.
Heck yeah.
All right. And folks, get out to Jackson and watch this team. It's a lot of fun. Again, they've won 6 of their last 8 games. They're 6-1-1 in their last 8, and they have not given up a goal in those 6 wins. Playing some good ball. A.J. Forrest Coach Rose Royal joining us here on Inside Ironton Football. Thank you guys for joining us, and best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll be back after this timeout. One more segment on Inside Ironton Football on News Talk 106.7 WIRO, The Eagle, and Kool TV.
Since 1891, the Ironton Elks Lodge number 177 has proudly served our community, supporting youth, student athletes, and education. From the most valuable student scholarship and annual essay contest to youth sports sponsorships, the Elks are dedicated to making a difference. The Ironton Elks Lodge 177 salutes the Ironton Fighting Tigers as they defend their state football championships. Go Big Eye!
Your college experience should be built just for you, supporting everything you value most. That's why Ohio University delivers the high-quality education we're known for right here on our southern campus. Whether you're a full-time student or working full-time, Ohio's affordable, flexible degrees are always in demand in our community and can take you anywhere. Earn a degree in your own backyard on your own terms and move your career and your community forever forward. Learn more at ohio.edu/southern.
The moments, the images, the memories. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. With Randall Crank Photography, you'll have a lifetime of conversation. Randall Crank Photography captures those images on the field, on the court, and in any setting. Whether it's senior portraits, sports or action shots, highlight and hype videos, or team shots. Randall Crank Photography gives you the shots you'll love and cherish. Call and schedule your session today, 740-237-7796, or connect on social media at Randall Crank Photography.
When you're looking for the deal that's right for you, and you want the best quality and service too, I'm gonna tell you about the place that you should try, and this will be the only place where you buy.
Looking for affordable auto insurance coverage? Sheer Mountain Insurance has the deals that are right for you. We can insure all cars and all drivers regardless of age or driving record. That's Sheer Mountain Insurance. Call 740-532-8755 and get your online quote today at sheermountain.com.
Big news. Football is back, and so is Pick 6 from 1999 at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is the ultimate meal for two, with 2 entrees, 2 sides, and 2 drinks. Pick between boneless wings and any of the 26 sauces and seasonings, spicy sauced or grilled crispy chicken dippers, and hand-smashed double-stacked all-American cheeseburgers with sides and fries, tots, and potato wedges. Pick 6 meal for 2 at participating locations for a limited time. Pricing may vary by region. See service for details. Tax fees extra. Not valid with other discounts or offers.
When a customer calls, emails, or messages, every second matters. If you're not first to respond, someone else will be. Action AI and Automation helps local businesses follow up faster, answer every call, and books more appointments automatically. We're a local business platform built for local businesses. Never miss an opportunity. Get your free Speed Delete playbook now at actionaisystems.com/football. That's actionaisystems.com/football.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan.
The health plan is still growing, giving you a large network of doctors, friendly and helpful customer service representatives, and competitive, flexible pricing plans that meet your needs. Log on to healthplan.org for more information.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
This football season, there's no better place to fuel up before the game or celebrate a Fighting Tiger win than Patties and Pints in downtown Ironton. From gourmet burgers to crisp wings and ice-cold drafts, Patties and Pints brings big flavor and hometown pride together under one roof. Bring your team, bring your appetite, and bring your Tiger spirit. Check out the menu and game day specials at pattiesandpints.com. Patties and Pints, where Ironton eat, drink, and cheers.
This is Inside Ironton Football on News Talk 106.7 WIRO, The Eagle. It's time to find out what's going on at the school. It's Around Ironton High School on News Talk 106.7 WIRO.
All right, we're back at Buffalo Wild Wings in Ironton. One final segment on Inside Ironton Football here on 106.7 WIRO, The Eagle, and on Kool TV. I'm Jason Philyaw, and we got a lot going on around the school. This is a busy week. Of course, we talked with Coach Rose Royal and A.J. Forrest. Big soccer matchup tomorrow, so we take a look at what's going on around Ironton High School. Of course, Coach's show wrapping up here in the next few minutes. Boys soccer tomorrow against Unioto That is at Jackson High School. That's a 7:30 start. Get out and cheer these guys on. They have done a tremendous job in the back half of the season and just improved game by game, and they will play Unioto in the district quarters, I believe is what it is, tomorrow at 7:30. Nothing on Thursday. Friday is a big day. It is football time in Tigertown, and, of course, it is senior nights. Seniors being honored before the game, and then, of course, the Portsmouth Trojans are in town tomorrow as well, Friday as well. One of the oldest rivalries in the state of Ohio, second oldest in the state of Ohio. And we'll have the game for you on Kool TV and on the radio side as well. And then Saturday, cross-country regionals at Pickerington. Ironton has several who will be in that race Saturday. We wish them the best of luck. And then big day, the Ironton Hall of Fame ceremony, Ironton High School Athletic Hall of Fame ceremony. That will take place Friday. I want to go back to Friday because there are some things going on before the football game. You've got the Tiger Walk, which starts at 5:10. They're going to have the groundbreaking ceremony for the Wellness Center. That's right behind the scoreboard there at Tanks Memorial Stadium. That will take place at 5:20, so you want to be over there for that. Senior night ceremony at 6:40. During the game, between the first and second quarter, the Hall of Fame members will be introduced on the field. And then, of course, Saturday is the Hall of Fame ceremony, which will take place at 6 o'clock at the Ironton High School cafeteria. If you want to go check that out, you can do so. Admission is $10. Another great class going into the Ironton Athletic Hall of Fame, but that is at 6 o'clock tomorrow. So a lot of stuff going on, and it is, of course, senior night. It is rivalry week in Ohio and around the area as well. Ironton, of course, playing Portsmouth, one of the oldest rivalries in the Buckeye State. Ironton right now second in the region in the computer points in Division 5, Region 19. So we're going to kind of break down here in the final couple of minutes and kind of let you know what's going on. Of course, the top 12 teams in the region will make the playoffs. It's down from 16 a year ago. The top 4 teams will get a bye. Right now, Ironton is locked into a bye and locked into the 1 through 4 spot. More than likely, they'll be one or two if they get a win over Portsmouth. You've got Columbus Academy right there at number 3. Wheelersburg is number 1 in the region. They're 9-0. They'll play Portsmouth West in their rivalry game. That is at Ed Miller Stadium. Portsmouth West is 5-4. Right now, Wheelersburg is sitting at 22.983 points. Ironton 22.7494. So razor-thin margin of between first and second place. Third place is Columbus Academy. They are 7-2 on the season. They'll play Whitehall, who's a 4-5 team in Division 2. They have 22.1722 points. So they are very close to that top spot as well. We'll see what they do against Whitehall. At number 4, Nelsonville York. They're undefeated. The Buckeyes will play at Athens Friday night. Athens is undefeated as well. They're 9-0, a Division 3 team. Nelsonville York, 17.8 points. So you've got a 5-point differential between the 4th place team and the 3rd place team. Barnesville is number 5, 7-2. They lost to Independence out of West Virginia last week. Barnesville will play at number 7, Union Local, who's also 7-2. Afrocentric is number 6, 7-2 record. They'll take that record into Eastmore Academy, who's 3-5 in a Division 3 school. Number 8 is Valley, 7-2 at Minford, who is 2-7. Zane Trace is number 9, 7-2. They're at home against Adena, a 3-6 team in Division 6. Portsmouth is number 10. So, again, they've got a lot to play for this week, trying to score the upset and get a ton of points from a win over Ironton. A loss, they could be out of the playoffs. Again, top 12 make it. They should be in, but anything can happen. They could fall out of that top 12 spot. But they're 6-3 right now at Ironton. Number 11 is the Coal Grove Hornets, 7-2. They'll play at Rock Hill, who is 6-3. Rock Hill, a tough loss last week to Chesapeake. Coal Grove wins the OVC this year. Rock Hill is battling for their playoff lives as well because they have lost back-to-back games. We'll see what happens in that rivalry game, Coal Grove at Rock Hill. And number 12 is Morgan. They're 6-3. They're at Philo, who's also 6-3, a Division 4 school. Amanda Clear Creek right now on the outside looking in. They're 4-5 at Liberty Union, who's 3-5 in Division 6. Worthington Christian, Northwest, and Piketon all still with a shot. Harvest Prep does not have a shot. They lost last week 29-28, so they are mathematically eliminated. That's going to wrap it up. Inside Ironton football from Buffalo Wild Wings. Thanks to Coach Scott Schmidt for joining us and hosting us as well here at Buffalo Wild Wings. Thanks to Coach Rose Royal and A.J. Forrest of the Ironton soccer program. Big game for them tomorrow at Jackson. Don't forget, Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff. The Fighting Tigers and the Portsmouth Trojans. We're on the air at 6:30 on Kool TV and on the Eagle 105.7 WIRO. For Jacob Hankins, I'm Jason Philyaw. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Inside Ironton Football on News Talk 106.7 WIRO.
This has been Inside Ironton Football on the Eagle. Get to the game this week or listen live on your home of Fighting Tigers.